Imagine the dusty streets of Jerusalem 2,000 years ago. A man stands in a doorway as a prisoner stumbles past, collapsing under the weight of a heavy wooden cross. The prisoner pauses for a breath, leaning against the wall. The man, instead of offering water or mercy, strikes him. "Go on quicker," he shouts. The prisoner, Jesus of Nazareth, looks up and delivers a sentence that will echo through 1,000 years of history. "I shall stand and rest, but thou shalt go on until the last day." This is the birth of the wandering Jew. He is a figure you won't find in the Bible, yet he has paced through the back of the European mind for centuries. Today, we unravel his timeline, from a medieval miracle to a weapon of hate, and finally, to a symbol of human endurance. The legend didn't begin in the year 33 AD, it began in the 13th century. Early records from English monks like Roger of Wendover describe a man named Cartaphilus, a doorkeeper for Pontius Pilate. Surprisingly, the original story was one of hope. Cartaphilus converts, is baptized as Joseph, and lives a life of quiet prayer. He was seen as a living fossil, a physical witness to the truth of the gospel. But in 1602, the story took a sharp, dark turn. A German pamphlet introduced Ahasuerus, a Jewish shoemaker. This version stripped away the repentance and focused on the punishment. Ahasuerus became the face of a people who, according to the theology of the time, were condemned to wander because they had rejected the new faith. Here, the legend becomes a double-sided coin. To the European observer, the wanderer was the currency of punishment. His immortality was a divine prison. This side of the coin was used to justify ghettos and expulsions. If God had sentenced him to exile, then the state was simply fulfilling a divine decree. But for the Jewish soul, the coin had a different face, the currency of survival. The wanderer's immortality became a metaphor for the indestructibility of a people. As empires crumbled and chariots of death passed by, the Jew remained, walking, surviving, and carrying his culture in a sack. He wasn't a defeated sinner. He was the eternal witness to history's cruelty and the spirit's resilience. Visual art gave this ghost a body. In 1856, Gustave Doré created his definitive engravings. His wanderer is a tragic, romantic giant, walking through forests where the very trees twist into the shape of a cross, a constant reminder of his burden. In France, Théophile Schuler painted the massive Chariot of Death. In the corner of this chaotic masterpiece, while death tramples kings and paupers, the wandering Jew is shown being violently driven away. While everyone else finds rest in the grave, he is forced to keep moving. Later, artists like Samuel Herzenberg and Marc Chagall reclaimed him. Herzenberg's The Eternal Jew shows the terror of the pogroms, while Chagall's Wanderer floats over Eastern European villages, carrying his faith as his only homeland. The legend eventually became a lethal tool of antisemitism. The Nazi regime hijacked the name for their 1940 propaganda film, Der ewige Jude, The Eternal Jew. They used the wandering aspect to paint Jewish people as parasitic nomads who lacked loyalty to any nation. This was the ultimate weaponization of a folktale, using a 13th century myth to justify the Holocaust. Cinema, however, also tried to find his humanity. The 1933 British film, starring Conrad Veidt, attempted a sympathetic, historical take, portraying a man seeking forgiveness across the ages, from the Crusades to the Spanish Inquisition. How do you answer a 1,000-year-old curse? Sometimes, with a joke. Mel Brooks took the archetype of the eternal survivor and turned it into the 2,000-year-old man. Instead of a tragic figure, we get an old Jewish gentleman complaining about the food in the Roman Empire and giving us insider gossip about historical figures.
I'll show you how when we like something, we really bend from it. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead. You sing a little song, a high note.
I'll give you a high note.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Did you see
What did you
the
do?
natural reaction?
People actually hit themselves in
Oh,
the face.
boy. Wow.
That hurts, though.
Yeah, you bet it hurts now.
But people bought
Right, and listen, it was a dangerous thing. We could not continue to react to wonderments like that. Because when we had a big star, you know, like Sammy Davis Sr. would come and play the game.
Way back.
You know, not Junior, the old one.
Yes.
We would hurt ourselves when he was terrific. So Murray, the wise one.
Yes.
Murray, was he smart?
What did he do?
Murray was smart. Murray said, folks, pull your faces out of the applause. Pull your faces out.
How
And we
did he
said,
do
what do
it?
you
Could
mean?
you
He
give us
went,
an example?
terrific and terrific. And he was face out of the applause, see?
In History of the World, Part 1, Brooks places himself in every era, proving that humor is the wanderer's ultimate weapon. If you can make your persecutor look ridiculous, you have already won your freedom, no matter how much further you have to walk. The Wandering Jew is a mirror. He began as a lesson in faith, became a tool of hate, and evolved into a symbol of endurance. Today, he reminds us that history never truly stops, and that the act of walking, of moving forward despite the weight of the past, is the most human act of all. The road continues, and as long as there are stories to tell, the wanderer will still be walking among us. I hope you like the frame I made for this beautiful piece of art. I left a link to the site in the description. Thank you for watching. Press the like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more art stories.